Jayo Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradari.
Jaya Yashodhanandana, Jaya Vrajadharanjana.
Jaya Yashodhanandana, Jaya Vrijanaranjana.
Jaya Yamuna Tiravanachari.
Jaya Yamuna Tiravachari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Ajnanatirmidasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadankitam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagadaragunatan Vidam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya.
He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindana. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Simhachalam Prahlada Shriman ki
Jai.
Yashodanandan Balagopal ki
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiraye. Nashtapraye Shabadveshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So, any verse from Bhagavatam purifies and cleanses our heart. And it makes the process so easy that all the dust which have been accumulated in our heart for so many ages, gets washed out very easily when we touch Srimad Bhagavatam. So that's why they say Jaya Mudirayet. Wherever there is Bhagavatam, there is victory. Jaya means victory. So there is victory also. So today the verse that they've given me is from the 4th canto, 8th chapter, 21st sloka. So the sloka is like this. Tada manu Bhagavan pitamaho yamye kamatya purudakshine makare isvabhipeda durpapamanyato maumam shukam divyam atapavagyam. One more time. Anybody wants to try, or shall I repeat one more time? Tada manuvo Bhagavan pitamaho yamye kamatya purudakshine makare istvabhipede duravapamanyato bhaumam shukam divyam adapavagyam. Prabhuji?
Tatamanuvo Bhagavan pitamaho yam ekamatya purudakshinae makai istvabhipede duravapamanyato bhaumam sukham divyam atapavagyam.
Tata manurvo Bhagavan pitamaho yam ekamatya purudakshinae makai istvabhipede duravapamanyato bhaumam sukham divyam atapavagyam.
Haribol.
Mataji, you want to try?
Tatamanurvo Bhagavan pitamaho yam ekamatya puru dakshinae makai ishtva vipede duravapam anyato vamam sukham divyam atapavagyam.
So this is from 4th canto, Dhruva Maharaj's pastime. There are 5 chapters dedicated to Dhruva Maharaj, from the 8th to the 12th chapter. It's all about Dhruva Maharaj and what we can learn from Dhruva Maharaj. So the translation of Srila Prabhupada is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Suniti informed her son, "Your grandfather, Swayambhuva Manu, executed great sacrifices with distribution of charity, and thereby, with unflinching faith and devotion, he worshipped and satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead. By acting in this way, he achieved the greatest success in material happiness and afterwards achieved liberation, which is impossible to obtain by worshipping the demigods." So we will just try to slightly recap about Dhruva Maharaj, Suniti and all of them, and then we will discuss about this verse. So just to give the background and to set the background. Swayambhu Manu had 2 sons, Priyavarta and Uttanapada. Okay. And now we are talking about Uttanapada's lineage. So Uttanapada had 2 wives. Okay. One is Suruchi and the other's wife name is Suniti. Okay. And especially when you have 2 different things, you always compare. You try to differentiate, discriminate. So Uttanapada also had the same problem because he had 2 wives here. So he started discriminating between Suniti and Suruchi. He liked Suruchi very much, and he was very partial to Suniti. Though she's a queen, but she had to undergo the problem of her husband not appreciating her. And even if you're a queen, you always have anxieties, problems. So she also had, the challenge of her husband not accepting her. But she was very obedient and she was always serving him from her end. She was always serving him very nicely. So the two queens, Suruchi and Suniti. Suniti, though she did not receive the love and affection from her husband, Uttanapada, was very sincere. But Suruchi, on the other hand, was always envious of Suniti. Envy. She was always envious. The king liked Suruchi so much, but still, for Suruchi, Suniti was like bothering, it was like a thorn. It was always bothering her. So one fine day what happens, King Uttanapada is sitting on the throne and it's a very normal day. And his son is Suruchi's son, okay? Suruchi's son, Uttama, his name is Uttama. He runs and comes and he sits on Uttanapada's lap, his father's lap. He's a small boy. So, it's very nice, right? Usually the kids do that, when you see the father, you are not bothered whether it's your king or, or a minister or a president. You just run and go and sit on your father's lap. So the same thing Uttama did, and the king was nicely taking care, in the sense, touching him gently, softly, and all that stuff. So here then Suniti had a son by name Dhruva Maharaj. The entire 5 chapters are around the hero. He's a hero here. And how old was Dhruva Maharaj? Bhagavatam says he was just 5 years old. So Dhruva Maharaj, when he saw Uttama sitting on his father's lap, very naturally, just for a 5-year-old boy, what will you think? You also want to sit on your father's lap, very naturally. So the minute Dhruva Maharaj wanted to go and sit, Uttanapada liked Dhruva and Uttama. For him there was no difference. The difference was only between the two queens, but not the sons. But since Suruchi was next to him, he was very, it was bothering for him to touch Dhruva Maharaj and make him sit on the lap, because he felt that if he takes Dhruva Maharaj, who's Suniti's son, Suruchi will feel bad. So, he didn't see that small 5-year tender boy's love, but he gave importance to Suruchi's love, and it didn't carry. So Dhruva Maharaj goes to the lap, and immediately Suruchi pulls him off, and she says, you can't even sit there. A 5-year-old boy giving the sudden instruction that you can't go and sit on your dad's lap. It's a very dangerous statement. And not only that, she doesn't stop there. She also says that if you want to sit on your father's lap, she tells, first thing you need to do is, you're not first qualified. First, you're not qualified in this birth to sit on your dad's lap. And if you need to sit on your dad's lap, you need to go and pray to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan. And the second thing is, in the next birth, you need to be born as my son, and only then you get that qualification to sit on your dad's lap. A very small thing, just sitting on the lap. It's not about giving away some property or something like that. It's just a small thing of sitting on a dad's lap. But it became such a big issue, and Suruchi created such a big issue. She said, you're not qualified to sit on your dad's lap. You need to go and pray to Narayan. And then, in a sense, what she's trying to say is, this lifetime, you can't go and sit in your dad's lap. That's the big message that she's giving to a 5-year-old boy. And Dhruva Maharaj, until now, he didn't know the difference between he and his brother, and his stepbrother. He always, small boy, right? He was always playing around and things like that. But when such a strong statement came to him that, that he's not qualified to sit on his dad's lap, it affected him so much. And when you get angry, what happens? You start breathing heavily. So he runs to his mom. And Suniti, and he tells her, saying that Suruchi mother told me that I'm not qualified to sit on my dad's lap. What should I do? He doesn't even say anything. He just tells. And Suniti hears this. He hears this message, and he feels, and she feels very, very low. Demoralized. The meaning of Suniti means Niti means very right, being very justice. You see, you take care of dharma. You're very moral in your character. That's the meaning of Suniti. Su means extraordinary moral. So, as a mom, as a woman, it's very easy to say, "Oh, did she say that? Did she say that you're not qualified? Did she say that only Uttama can sit?" It's very easy to just counterattack that particular statement. But Suniti, though she was upset. She was mentally upset there. But Suniti doesn't say that. She says such a beautiful statement. This is how she says. She says, yeah, what your stepmother said is right. You need to go and pray to Lord Narayan. There is no other way that you can attain your dad's love. So you need to go and pray. And don't even think bad about, don't even curse Suruchi, or don't do anything. My Gurudev used to say, no counteraction is the best action. No counteraction. When somebody is attacking you, it's better to be silent. No counteraction is the best action. That's what so it's just because Suruchi is saying, Suniti can go straight inside the palace and she can say, how dare you can tell me this, right? But she didn't do that. And look at such a big advice. She's saying don't counterattack. If you want something, you directly go to Narayan. And in the previous slokas, if you read, you clearly understand that there is an envy which is coming. You might think, where is envy? Where is envy coming here? Suruchi was envious of Suniti. Okay, there is an envy. And Bhagavatam also says that it's okay to desire. You can desire whatever you want. You want to desire a rocket, you want to fly in an aeroplane, it's fine to desire. But your desire should not come just because A had a rocket. You should not feel that I should also have a rocket. That is envy. You can desire anything in this world. There's no, as long as it's right. But when you have a desire which is coming out because you really don't need that, but just because the other person has got it, you want that. The other person has got a big house, you want that. The other person has got a lot of wealth, you want that. The other person has got a lot of beauty, you want that. That means envy. So there's a lot of meaning. So Suniti understands, just because Uttama wanted to sit there and you didn't get that position, there's a subtle envy coming there. It's not that very 5 years boy, how can you really think? But Suniti here is thinking very deeply. And she says that's the thing. So in Canto 3 of Bhagavatam, there are 4 different types of envy which comes. Kapila Muni advises to Mother Devahuti. There are 4 important types of envy which comes. One is Kala, meaning you try to plan to attack somebody. Attempts when kingdoms, between kings, they plan. And that's a different kind of an envy. That's envy number 1. And you plan. So take the word P from that envy. Kala, you take the word planning. So take the first word P. Okay. And the next envy is called Dvesha. And in that envy, you create enmity in your own mind. It's very dangerous. Because when your mind gets corrupted, what happens? Your blood circulation doesn't happen properly. And when your blood circulation doesn't happen properly, you get diseases. Okay? So disease comes from the word ease. Ease means to be easy, to be normal. But disease means when you obstruct, that means then you get a disease. So when you have this kind of a disease, Dveshya disease, what happens? Your mind becomes corrupted. Just like a software, a virus enters the software and it corrupts the software. So that is Dveshya. So from this you take the word E, because you're creating enmity in your mind. So for the first, we took P, you're planning, that envy, you're planning to attack somebody. In the second envy, what you do, your mind gets corrupted and you're meditating on that person, you're creating a very bad symptom in your body. That's your E. And the third envy, which Kapila Muni says is Asuya. Asuya is subtle envy. It's called fault finding, subtle. It's very subtle. It's really not it's not like planning to attack somebody, but it's a subtle envy, like always fault finding. You want to find fault in the other person. So when you find fault in the other person, you always want to be, Maharaj will say, my Gurudev will say, you always take the judge seat. Why are you taking the judge? Who's asking you to judge? You always take the judge seat when you look at others. But when you need to take feedback, you take the lawyer's position. You defend. You say, no, I'm right. You didn't understand me, Prabhuji. You didn't understand me, Mataji. So, when it comes to you, you take the lawyer's position. But when you think of about other person, you start judging. So this is the third envy, Asuya, and this is a subtle envy. Okay, very very dangerous because you don't see the good in others. In economics, we say first in, first out. In inventory management, whatever you buy first, you use it first. There's one more thing also, last in, last out, in different terms. But garbage in, when you see bad in others, what happens? Garbage in, garbage out. Like first in, first out, last in, last out, then last in, first out, and then when you start seeing the garbage, the bad quality, what are you taking inside? You're taking inside the garbage. And when you have garbage, you can't give a perfume, right? Only garbage is going to come out. So you have to remember this. Good garbage in, garbage out. So what should we always see? Gurudev used to say, see the good in, good out. When you see good in others, then Gigo. So just remember this name acronym, Gigo. Garbage in, garbage out. If you see the bad, you take the bad, only bad comes out. Or you decide from today, I'm going to see only the good. I'm not going to be the judge for anybody. I'm going to see only the good. So you take the good in, good out. So this envy is a subtle envy, fault finding. So you take the acronym S, subtle S. And the last envy, which is described in Bhagavatam as the fourth envy, it's called Matsara. This Matsara is total danger. It's like mosquito, Matsara, mosquito. The mosquito had breakfast, lunch, 56 items. But it starts going, the minute it sits on something, it likes to bite and suck the blood. It's very easy for the mosquito will not sit quietly on your skin. The minute it sits on you, it will totally suck the blood from you. Even though it's had its breakfast, lunch and dinner, it's got that thing of stinging and taking the blood. So the fourth envy is Matsara. Total envy. You just go attack everybody. You don't even think. You don't use your brains. You just go and attack everybody. So from this fourth envy, which is called Matsara, take the acronym T, because it's a total destruction. T. So what was the first one, did I say? P. What was the second one? E. The third? S. And the fourth? T. Pest. What is pest, Pest is like an insect, which is a real pest, Pest means in English, it's like an insect, a bee or something which is really causing a lot of trouble, Pest does not only mean insects. Simhachalam, he is. See, when you say pest, he's immediately coming to attack. Say, I'll take the jet thing. So, from this we understand P, E, S and T. So these are the four. It's very easy to understand. So next time when we are having a total destruction, we need to know that which is Matsara. And this fault finding is it will always come very easy to say. Just like this you can say, this is the food is not cooked, it's not fresh, it's not cooked 100%, it's become cold. You can have, you have 100 things to complain in the world. Right? At times you start complaining about somebody who is not at all in your control, like the president of a different country. You don't have any control, but you just want to find fault. So this is the pest. So what is Suniti doing here? So the entire, if you see the slokas before that, everything was talking about envious character of Suniti. So here Suniti is saying you need to have faith and devotion. So what are the things that you need to have? Faith and devotion. So she says only by faith and devotion you will be able to be peaceful and you will get whatever you want by worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Lord Krishna. So for faith, there was a man, he likes to do mountain climbing. He likes to climb mountains. Usually when you do on a mountain climbing, say for example the Everest or something like that, you always go on a group so that there is some support system, there is a company. But this man always wanted to do, I want to achieve, I want to break the record, I want to be famous. So he climbs and entire journey he is thinking about, I'm going to become famous tomorrow. All the newspapers are going to talk about me. He's climbing so fast. When he is daydreaming, he has not yet succeeded. He is simply daydreaming and mentally talking to himself. Suddenly, he falls down. He falls down. He keeps rolling and falling, coming. He has climbed such a great height on top of the mountain. He's almost at the top of the mountain. He just needs to go, take a few steps, and he would have been a successful mountaineer. But just very close near that, he slips and he falls down. When he falls down, when he's going down, he thinks about all the good things and all the bad things that he did. He's pretty sure that he's going to face Yamaraj. That's it. It's the end of the world for him. He goes down and down, thinking about what his mom did, what his wife did. Oh, I miss my relatives, I miss this and I miss that. Suddenly, when he goes down, the rope, when the mountaineer, when you do mountaineering, you have a rope also attached. Luckily, the rope is attached. And now he is hanging, oscillating. He's not fallen, but he's oscillating. Immediately he thanks, oh my dear Lord, thank you so much for saving me. Thank you so much. I thought I'm going to crash right down and I'm going to splash into pieces. Just like how Hiranyakashipu, he thought that, Narasimha was going to just do an operation on him. So I thought I'm going to be dead. But somehow I've completely forgot. I was so scared. I completely forgot that I had this rope tied around me. My dear Lord, please save me. And he prays, when you really sincerely pray, the God answers your prayers very fast. So there's a voice coming. Hi, my dear, what do you want? God, I've done a lot of mistakes. Please save me. Do you have faith in me? I have full faith in you. I have full faith in you. Will you listen to me? I will definitely listen to you. Please tell me, oh Lord, just save me from this dangerous situation. And then the Lord says, okay, just cut the rope. He says, Lord, I have full faith in you. God is, cut the rope. Lord, I have full faith. Cut the rope. Lord, I have the faith. Cut the rope. And the fourth time when he says, Lord, I have the faith, there's no voice coming because Krishna said 3 times, cut the rope, cut the rope, cut the rope. But this person does not have the faith because he did not practice, right? He did not practice of trusting the Lord. So he did not cut the rope. And the next day in the newspaper, he always wanted to be famous. In the newspaper, he wanted his article to be published in the top Times of India or Times of Germany or whatever you call it here. So the next day in the front page, there is an article with this picture saying that the man was dead because it was too much of snow and it was shivering and the temperature was in a very low temperature and he was dead. And usually when somebody dies, you don't put on the front page. It will come on the 3rd page of the newspaper or the 4th page of the newspaper. But this article was on the 1st page of the newspaper because the distance between him and the ground was just 2 feet. What was the distance? The distance was only 2 feet. But he didn't have the faith, right? What was God saying? Cut the rope, because when you cut the rope, nothing is going to happen. 2 feet, what is going to happen? You're just going to land so safely and you can go back home and you can, you'll be saved. And next time you can come and try. So God said 3 times, cut the rope, cut the rope, cut the rope. But he didn't have faith in the Lord. He didn't cut the rope. He was so scared, closing his eyes, God, help me, help me, help me. And when God is really telling you an answer, you don't want to listen. That time your mind comes fault finding. You're like, God, what are you telling me? I'm asking you to save. It's not that God will always give a parachute to us and say, okay, take the parachute and fly and come. God will give practical instructions. You're just 2 feet above. Cut the rope and you're just there. So you didn't have the faith. So very, very important in our devotional service to have the faith in the Lord. Faith can move mountains. Without having faith in the Lord, you can't even proceed. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there's a very nice pastime. I think Mrigari's pastime. You all must be knowing Mrigari's pastime. But just I'll give you a brush up on the pastime. And it's about faith. So Mrigari was a hunter. And he was such a cruel hunter that he will not kill animals completely. He's a sadist. He'll kill the wolf, he'll kill the jackal, he'll kill the tiger and all that stuff. But he'll do half kill, half lion, half Nrsimha. He will do half killing. He'll just kill them in such a way that they're not completely dead, but they're completely wounded. They can't move. And when they can't move, he'll go near them, see them, and when they're crying with pain, this hunter will be very happy. So, in hunter also you have so many varieties. You just kill one shot, you just pierce the arrow, animal dies, at least it gets liberated. Maybe it's not really going to Golok Vrindavan, but at least it's going to go to take the next body. But this hunter is so sadist. He's such a bad person in profession. When he kills animals, half killed, he killed half pig. So that time Narada Muni will be passing that side. And Narada Muni was such a merciful Muni, He's a personality of Godhead. It says his incarnation. The third chapter of Bhagavatam says that it is the incarnation of Krishna himself. So when Narada Muni is traveling that side, Narada Muni will be like, what are you doing? But he will not ask. He will just be observing him. And you'll see that he is just killing these animals, not fully, but just making like that. Then he will slowly ask, what's your name? He said, my name is Brigadi. What's your profession? I'm a hunter. What are you doing? I'm killing animals. But are you fully killing them? Narada Muni will ask this, and he'll say, no. I get a lot of pleasure when I see the animals not completely dead, but wounded, looking at me and, mercilessly crying to me. I feel there's a lot of josh, there's a lot of joy when I see such animals. He said, please don't do this, because such a cruel act will take you only to hell. So next time you do one thing, kill them fully. What is he saying? Kill the animals. Actually, the Shastras, you're not supposed to kill. But he's saying, kill the animals fully, it's okay. But don't leave them half dead. The hunter is surprised. The hunter is like, how is a Muni coming me and asking me to kill animals? So he is so surprised. And he says, he's like slowly, now he starts listening to Narada Muni. Tell me, Narada Muni, why are you asking me to do this? He says, this is okay, fully killing is okay, but next time, don't leave them half dead. And then what Narada Muni does, he goes to the half-killed animals, the wounded animals, and gently touches them. The minute he gently touches them, the animals, like it's, as a booster shot, they get so much of energy, and the deer is running, the tiger starts running away, and, without harming. They completely recovered because Narada Muni is so powerful. Just by the touch, the animals are getting recovered completely, and they are becoming more beautiful than how they were earlier. They are becoming more stronger, and they're running. So Mrigari is surprised. He's like, oh my God, I'm not a guru now. He's able to make a not a half-dead animal run so nicely. And the animals have got so much of power. Where is this power coming? So then slowly Narada Muni is saying, what do you want? He says, I just want to understand what's going on. So Narada Muni says, if you truly believe in me, if you have complete faith in me, then listen to me. Now, this Mrigari is not like that mountain climber. He says, I have full faith in you, because I saw in my own eyes the animals got up and they ran. I have faith in you. Tell me, Narada Muni, what should I do? Narada Muni says, now when he is in the Sishya, like Arjuna, when he says, I am your disciple, now the instruction comes from Narada Muni. Leave hunting. Just leave the profession of hunting. And then Narada Muni and Mrigari says, but what will I eat? I do this for eating. He says, don't worry. There will be people who will come and give you food. I will supply food. Every day I'll give you food. He says, you will give me food? But you don't live here. Don't worry. You have faith in me? Yes, I have full faith in you. Then just do Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So have full faith in me and I will take care of you. In Chaitanya Charitamrita there is a very nice purport. The source of income is not the source of maintenance. You understand? Very important point. The source of income is not the source of maintenance. Krishna maintains us. But we think we are doing, I am doing everything. So Chaitanya Charitamrita is this very nice purport. The source of income is not the source of maintenance. So Narada Muni gives such an important thing. We think the water is coming from, the government is providing us water. But where is the water coming? The rain god from Krishna, from Varuna Bhagwan. We have the rains coming. Varuna Bhagwan works for Krishna. But we think the government is giving the water, I am paying the money to the government, and that's why I am maintaining. So this we need to understand. The source of income is not the source of maintenance. Krishna maintains us. So Narada Muni says, don't worry, I will send you the food. Just do Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And now this Brigari is completely transformed. He is very happy. Earlier Brigari's house used to be so dirty with all animal skin and all that stuff. Now he is keeps the house so clean. So nice incense sticks are being burnt. And he does the japa. So the entire village is do you know this news? What's the news? The hunter became a priest. The hunter became a pious man. Hunter became a pious man. Hunter became a pious man. So everybody, hunter became a priest like a man? Yeah, hunter became a pious man. So everybody is taking fruits, flowers, vegetables. They make nice sabji, halwa. So whenever they go and they want to take blessings from the hunter, because such a great miracle, right? The hunter who was not even killing, just made the animals half die. Such a cruel guy. He is chanting and having full faith in Guru of Narada Muni. Now people are coming and giving. What are they coming and giving? All the alva and the pasta and the pizza and everything is coming to his house every day. He's not cooking also. There's no cooking service. Only japa service is coming. So then the hunter is thinking, see, my Guru sent it. My Guru is sending. So the next village understands, oh, in that village, hunter became a Muni, hunter became a priest, hunter became a pious guy. So the next village comes. So like this, every day, there's such a big line of people waiting. His house is flooded in the sense, it's full with prasadam. So much of prasadam is there in his house. And after some time, so this point we should remember, the source of income is not the source of maintenance. Krishna will maintain us. So then what happens? So Narada Muni is talking to one more Muni and he says, let's go and see how the hunter is progressing in devotional service. So these two people are coming now. Where are they coming? To the hunter's house. The hunter is, and they are not able to understand his house because the house is completely crowded. People are there. It's become like a temple. It's become like a dam. And the Narada Muni's friend is saying, Narada Muni, wherever you go, you convert everybody. You just change everybody. And now this place is like a dam. There is so many queues, when you come from Nashima Chaturdasi, the temple is full. This village is full. Everybody is happy. Everybody is like, Mrigari, Hare Krishna. Now everybody is chanting. And there's some important thing in the mantra. This person is just chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and changed. So now when Muni and Narada Muni and the other Muni is coming, Mrigari is like seeing them. He's like, oh my dear Narada Muni, I'm so happy to see you. I'm so happy to see you. And he's dancing and coming. Instead of coming, walking and coming, he's going like this, left, right, center, left, right, center. Narada Muni is like, what's happening to you? What happened to you? He's like, you're my Muni, you're my Guru, you're my Guru, you're the great Muni who saved a hunter, from killing. Now, and so thank you, Narada Muni, every day. There's so much of pasta and pizza and gemusa and so many fruits, the jackfruit, the mangoes. And that too, Indian mangoes are also coming. The mangoes in India are very sweet. So many Indian mangoes are there. So thank you so much, Narada Muni, for sending me all these mangoes and jackfruit and all that stuff. The Narada Muni is, but why are you walking? Why can't you walk? Why are you dancing and this and coming? The hunter who once was killing animals, the same. Bhagavatam. He's speaking Bhagavatam. Narada Muni, don't you see? There are so many ants, ants, small ants, which are running here and there. I don't want to hurt them. You say, the person who killed the tiger, half killed, you say, Narada Muni, the ant is there. I'll hurt the ant. So I'm just being cautious. I know you'll wait for me. So I don't want to hurt anybody now. So this is the transformation. This is the transformation when such a nice devotee comes and touches your life. What did this Brigari have? What did he have? Did he have money? What did he have?
Krishna consciousness.
Very good. He had faith. Faith in the Guru. What did the mountaineer didn't have? Same answer. Faith. God came there. Here only Narada Muni is coming. There God is saying, cut the rope. Cut the rope. Cut the rope. But he didn't have
Faith.
But even a hunter, was doing so many bad things, can change when you have faith. So Suniti is giving such a great instruction to Dhruva Maharaj. She doesn't see 5 years, 4 years or 50 years. She is looking at the soul. Narada Muni saw the soul of the hunter. Narada Muni didn't see the body of the hunter. Here Suniti is also seeing the soul, the Atma, Dhruva Maharaj. She is not seeing whether my son is 5 years. She is not seeing anything else, but she is seeing only the soul. And even though Suruchi didn't like Suniti, she says, take the good. We saw good in, good out. So what did Suruchi advise? Suruchi advised, go and worship Lord Narayan. So what did Suniti do? She took the good in, good out. So she took the good advice of co-queen, saying, Dhruva, Suruchi mother, though she said like that, but she gave a very important instruction that you will have to pray to Narayan. Because when you pray to Narayan, you are completely satisfied. Krishna is a reservoir of everything. He is full in strength, full in beauty, full in wealth, full in famous, full in renunciation, full knowledge. Parashara Muni says, Bhagavan means who's full, is full. He's not like the tap water or the bucket water. He's a full reservoir. He's a reservoir of everything. So when we go to Krishna, when we go to Krishna, we shouldn't go and ask Krishna, Krishna give me 5 euro, Krishna give me 10 euro, Krishna give me 20 euro, or Krishna give me a nice wife, a nice son, a nice husband. When we go to Krishna, we just go and ask him bhakti. What do we ask him? Bhakti. Because when we sign up for the bhakti package, everything comes automatically. Everything is there. It's automatic. But when you ask just some materialistic position, it's like you go to the president and ask him, give me €1. Will you go and meet the president for €1? Or will you go and ask the president, give me a glass of water? So Krishna is the president of all presidents, right? So when you go and approach Krishna, you just go and ask Krishna bhakti. You sign up only for the bhakti package. You don't go and ask any other package to Krishna. So this is the third important instruction. And the fourth very important thing that Suniti says is, by acting in this way, he achieved the greatest success of material happiness. She's referring to a grandfather, great-grandfather, Swayam Muni, which is impossible to obtain by worshipping the demigods. So she's saying, when Krishna is having everything, why do you need to go, in Bhagavatam you have this, right? Sloka. When you pour water, you don't catch a flower and pour water. You don't catch a fruit and pour water. You don't catch a patram and pour, the leaf and pour water. Where do you pour the water? To a plant? To root. So Krishna is the root. When you pray to Urdhva Moolam, Krishna is the Urdhva Moolam. When you pray to him, all the demigods are automatically satisfied. They are not envious of Krishna. They are automatically satisfied. So the fruit will not say, oh, why are you pouring water to the root? The flower will not ask, why are you pouring water to the root? The flower is happy, the fruit is happy, when you pour water to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is Krishna. In the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, what's that sloka? Kamaistaistairitatnyanah prapadyanti anyadevataha tam tam niyamam astaya prakrityanyata svaya yo yomyayam tanum bhaktaha shraddhayachitam icchate tasya chalam shraddham tamneva vidanamiyam sataya shraddhaya syuktas tasya aradhanamiyate labate cha tata kaman mayaiva vitanitan antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedasam devan devo yajoyanti madbhakyayanti mamapi. So Krishna says I think this is from Jnana Vijnana Yoga, Bhagavad Gita, 7th chapter, from the 20th sloka to the 23rd sloka. Krishna talks about demigods here, very important verses. We can see the translations one by one later. But these four gives a meaning saying that Krishna gives you the strength. Krishna only gives you the strength to pray even to demigod. Krishna says, Kamaistaistae rita jnanaha prapadyante anya devata. But when you are really intelligent, you really go to Krishna directly. Because you go to the root, Krishna is the reservoir, he is the president of all presidents, everything comes to you. So Krishna says that, initially people start worshipping demigods and other devatas and all that stuff. But finally, after many, many billions and billions of birth, Bahunam Janmanamante Jnanamam Prapadyate Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. After millions and millions and millions of life, you understand that Vasudevam Sarvamiti. You understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. It's very, very important. So somehow, we are all here. It's Prabhupada's mercy, Narasimha's mercy. Don't think that we have come here. Krishna has blessed us to come here. It's not easy. You can do anything in Passau. You can do anything and everything in Passau. But Krishna has really blessed us to be here in this particular environment, to be in this ashrama, not to have any mental tension. Yeah? We are very happy here. And it's Prabhupada's mercy. And Krishna has handpicked, because the sloka says, Mahunam Janmanamante Jnanamam Prapadyate. After thousands and thousands actually it's millions, after millions and millions of life, only then you understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. So we need not be jumping from here, there, okay. Today I didn't get the Mercedes Benz, I go to somebody. No, I go to some other God. No. If Krishna gives, he gives. If Krishna doesn't give, we don't want that. You know? We need to plan our life in such a way that if Krishna wants something, let it come to me. If something has not come to me, that means Krishna doesn't want it for me. So I don't want it. You know? So this is the thing. So this is the best advice, you know. Looking at this is the best advice. A mother she's sitting at the Guru's place. So the parents have a very great responsibility. They can't be pampering the kid all the time. You have to take the Guru's seat until the kid gets a Siksha Guru. You have to take that seat and instruct the kids to right direction. You shouldn't pamper them. With this I end. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. We can take questions. I'm happy to take questions, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to glorify Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to serve Srimad Bhagavatam. Last night entirely I was meditating on Dhruva Maharaj. So in the Dham, the best thing to do is to meditate on Krishna. So because of this verse, I was thinking, what should I say and how should I say, and now I was just meditating on this. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity. Please ask any questions.
So, maybe later also a question, but first maybe somebody else can ask. But initially I want to ask, where is the story of the Hunter and Narada Muni to be found? The story of Narada Muni and the Hunter, where is it to be found?
Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Do you know where?
Madhya Leela, I can give you the chapter name also. Chapter name I think I'll give you later, but Madhya Leela, I'll give you the verse also, Prabhu. A very, very important pastime. You can use this pastime for association of a devotee. When people like your gurus come, right? Such great people come to your life is by the mercy of the Lord. Krishna can't come personally and tell, my dear son, come and do this. But Krishna will send devotees to our life. They said Madhya Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita. Yeah. Any other questions, Prabhu? Yeah.
Thank you for the very nice lecture. What are some steps I was thinking on is developing faith? Yeah, this was a very important one of the main points of the lecture, I felt.
Yeah.
And in the story of the hunter, then he has Narada Muni in front of him, and then he sees his character, his qualities, and we also know that one, for example, Srila Prabhupada has these amazing qualities, and so the preaching is very effective because of the Shakti. Yeah? So he had fortune, let's say, to have such a personality as Narada Muni, and also seeing his mystical opulence also by saying with us. So I thought, okay, for him, for the hunter, maybe somehow, let's say, easy to develop such a faith with such a person in front of him and displaying his opulence. So what would be some advices to me or us that are trying to see Krishna and his presence in our lives, and we don't have maybe this fortune yet to have such a clear sign, let's say.
Prabhuji, a very nice question, Prabhuji. Very, very nice. How can faith be developed? Because we don't see Narada Muni here. So for the hunter also didn't know Narada Muni. The hunter believed Narada Muni because Narada Muni didn't ask anything. He didn't ask any money for giving a class. He just said, the hunter even asked Narada Muni, are you coming and asking for the deer skin? Because Munis like to wear the deer skin, the tiger skin. So are you coming for the deer skin or the tiger skin? So the Narada Muni says, no, I don't want anything. I just want to talk to you. So, just like I said, Prabhuji, the judgment, we should not first judge. Most of the times what we do, we start judging. Is the Guru experienced? Is the Siksha Guru better than me? is this devotee better? So what we do most of the time, we take the judge seat. That's what my Gurudev always used to say. We should never take the judge seat. From anybody and everybody we need to learn. Suniti, she's such a great lady. Such a very demotivating point there, Just sitting on the lap. A son wanted to sit on her husband's lap. Was denied. But see, Suniti, she took the instruction of Suruchi. She saw the good in Suruchi. That instruction. What was the instruction Suruchi gave? Go and pray to Narayan. So she took only the good. Suruchi gave her a bad advice also. If you have to sit in the lap of my husband, the king, you need to take, in the sense, you need to be born in my womb. Meaning, you die. Now, you die. Next birth, maybe if you are in my womb, then you can sit in Uttana, the king's thing. But so that was a bad instruction. So what did Suniti do? She took only the good instruction. She didn't take the bad instruction. So every day, even for me, for everybody, we start judging, right? So, by more japa, by more hammering, if we are able to stop judging the other person, okay, and see only the good in that person, our life, it will be like the good in, good out. So you can see from Brigari something, you can take from Suruchi also, such a, difficult woman giving such a irritating advice to such a small boy. So when we don't become the judge, and when somebody is giving feedback, not to be the lawyer at that time, we will always be better. So more association. See, Prabhupada's purport, every purport, don't think that it's in Srimad Bhagavat. Just after reading the purport, just say, signed by, dear, what's your name, Prabhuji? Brian. So just say, dear Brian, Prabhuji, okay, and read the purport, and just think, signed by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So when you think this purport is for you, when you think, dear Brian Prabhuji, and read the purport, signed by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the way you think will be different. So, does it answer, Prabhuji? So let's try. Very difficult. Very, very difficult. Because what was the third envy? Asuya. Fault finding. We see the fault. Immediately we see the fault. But from today, we have to start. We can develop that character. Anything can be developed. So we can develop that character. And one more very important also in the purport, if you read, Prabhupada quotes about Apichetsu Duracharo Bhajan Pema Ananyabhak, 9th chapter Bhagavad Gita, 30th sloka. Ananyabhak. Apichetsu Duracharo. Duracharo means abnormal. You could have done the most dirtiest thing in your life in the past. Your past can be the worst past. You could be the more than Hiranyakashipu part 1, like Ludwig 1, Ludwig 2, Ludwig 3. We can be Hiranyakashipu 1, I can be Suruchi 1, Suruchi 2 and all that stuff. But Apichetsu Duracharo Bhajan Pema Ananyabhak. But when you surrender to Krishna with Ananyabhak with full faith and devotion, what happens? You change, your character changes. So everybody is learning. Everybody is in the learning. We are not devotees yet. We are only practicing devotional service. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, Prabhuji.
Krishna, thank you for the very good lecture. I was listening, I wasn't here, but I was listening. So, my question is about the subtle envy. When I heard this, I was like, this is me. But then you said it is. Then I questioned myself, but I'm not angry when I'm criticizing others. I'm right. But then again you said, I'm not Prahlad Maharaj, I'm Hiranyakashipu. But when I just follow what people criticize me, that's okay, I change. I don't actually believe it. And then I do the offense of just following regulative principle mindlessly. And it just, I notice it just drives me back. They become very bitter. So my question is it about faith? That I just can't change like this, or am I in this circumstance a Prahlad Maharaj and the other person is Hiranyakashipu?
Like I said yesterday, we're all Hiranyakashipu, we'll have to change. You know, when you take bath, it takes time, you know, you need to put some soap, you know. When you take a bath, you need to apply some soap. You just don't go and take a shower just like that. You feel dirty. If you don't clean yourself properly, you feel dirty. So the mind also needs some soap, you know. You need to wash the brain properly. You need to wash the mind properly. So it's not easy because we are trained. The world has trained us in such a way, like, you know, criticizing everybody. Like, you know, we want to be the judge all the time. We should consciously, if we make an effort, we can do it. But it's not easy. But with chanting, with serious chanting, having only prasadam, associating with devotees, after a few years, you will definitely feel that you have changed. And at times, when you are given a position, say for example, you are the head of the cooking department, and somebody is not cooking properly, you need to tell that person you're not doing it properly, but you can always tell it in a kind way. It's not criticizing. You're doing your duty there. You know, you're doing your duty of saying you're training somebody. So you want an output in this way. So you can use nice words, give her nice feedback. See, even in Krishna also, after giving all the instructions, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, in the 18th chapter, if you see, Krishna says to Arjuna, I've told you everything. It's your free will. Now you do whatever you want to do. So Bhagavatam also says that. Bhagavatam has given us all instructions. Whether we want to follow it today or want to follow it after 50 years is up to us. But the power of association is when you see good, you see different devotees coming and inspiring you, slowly, automatically you change. You need not really do some gymming and heavy exercise. Mind come do. When you just be with Prabhupada, when you read Prabhupada's book, when you be with Prabhupada, every day when you read Prabhupada's book, you're associating. Every day when you do your japa, you're associating. And when you associate with prasad, when you associate with these things, slowly you change. But very nice, Prabhuji. It's so humble to tell, you know, saying that you're criticizing. Everybody will say, no, I've become a devotee. I'm ready for Gola Vrindavan. Krishna, where's my aeroplane? You know? So after some years, especially after taking initiation and all that stuff, where's my aeroplane? Where's Krishna? Which aeroplane are you sending today? Are you sending Pushpak Vimanam? Or Pushpak is Ram's Vimanam? Are you sending that Vimanam? Or how are you sending the So, but you are very humble in saying that I still am criticizing. That's a very good calling. See, already you're progressing. I see the good in you. You're already progressing because you're thinking that I have a problem. And, like, if you know that you have a problem, it's very easy. You know? Only when you don't know that you have a problem, life becomes difficult. Then somebody will come, and at times Krishna also comes like this, like Narasimha, and he'll do it. That's it. So you already know your problem. So you're progressing into it. So be enthusiastic.
Thank you very much. You should give more lectures.
Thank you, Guruji. Krishna willing, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Granthal Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.